of the new millennia, new millennium. That is January 31st, 2021. This first song, I haven't been working on a lot of these today because I was focusing on one song in particular that I have some fun stuff to experiment with tonight. But so we'll be working a lot of these out as we go along in real time. This first song, I think if I do a Beatles masterclass, it's going to focus on Paul's bass playing, George's lead guitar stylings, and then just like analyze Beatles intros. Some of the songs just come in like, bam, no intro at all. And some of them, I mean, they really have an incredible diversity of intros. And the thing about this next song is that the key change from the intro to the rest of the song is just, it's weird. It works, but it's weird. It starts out, the best I can figure is that it starts in B flat minor, right? So it starts out, it would be like the minor 4 chord, and then the major 3, and then the major flat 3, back to the minor 1, minor 4, major 3, and then 2, 5, 1. So moving from the key of B flat minor to the key of D for the rest of the song. It's not usual, put it that way. But let's see, I'm gonna have to cheat a lot with the lyrics today, but this is such a pretty song. We watched Hard Day's Night the other night because that was the chapter in our lecture series that we're watching. It's incredible, the great course that it was just released on England, the 60s, and the Triumph of the Beatles, that by Professor Michael Sheldon from Indiana State. Definitely worth checking out if you are a Beatles fan. Putting so much of this in context, even as someone who knew a lot of the trivia surrounding the songs, this is some good, really cool big picture stuff we're gleaning from this course. And yeah, so we watched Hard Day's Night, and this is one of the songs on Hard Day's Night. There was 2 songs that were kind of dueling ballads, if you will. And one of them, gosh, what was... And I Love Her. I think Paul's was And I Love Her, and then John's was this song called If I Fell. And yeah, listen to the key change from the intro to the rest of the song. If I fell in love with you, would you promise to be true and help me understand? 'Cause I've been in love before, and I know that love is more than just holding hands. If I give my heart to you, I must be sure from the very start it's true that you would love me more than her. If I trust in you, oh please, don't run and hide. I love you too. Oh please, don't hurt my pride like her. 'Cause I couldn't stand the pain, and I would be sad if I knew love was in vain. So I hope you see that I would love to love you, and that she will cry when she learns we are two. 'Cause I couldn't stand the pain, and I would be sad if I knew love So I hope you see that I would love to love you, and that she will cry when she learns we are two. If I fell in love with you, I'm going to take off that doubling effect for now. There we go, that's better. Okay, so this next one, I was just mentioning last night how one of my students, Emily Sanger, did just an amazing job of this. I haven't played it for long, so we're going to be figuring it out as we go along here. Refiguring it out. That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's it. One more time. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly all your life. You were only waiting for this moment to arrive. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see all your life. You were only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly. Into the light of the dark black night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you were only waiting. You were only waiting for this moment to arrive. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of the dark black night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to arrive. You were only waiting for this moment to arrive. You were only waiting for this moment to arrive. All right, thank you for bearing with that stumble through. It's such a cool guitar arrangement. We'll get that polished up post-haste. Blackbird from the White Album. Okay. Oh, I can't wait to do a particular arrangement of this song. This next one, we'll have to wait for this next song after this to do my surprise arrangement, but we're going to apply the same thing to this one here next time around. Another great George song. There is something magic about Rubber Soul and Revolver. And I'm not going to go into side notes of what constitutes a lot of that magic right now, but they are magic on a lot of levels. And it's just a moment in human history that's never going to happen again. The release of Rubber Soul and Revolver. There's something just completely unique and eclectic and just amazing about those songs that are on those two albums that, I don't know, I could probably write a book about. But one thing that I really like about those, one is they're being way more adventurous with lyrics. It's not just the love songs. It's like some really interesting, quasi-philosophical stuff at the very least. Plus, they're experimenting with the studio, because at this point they've got pretty much run of the studio. Whatever they want, they get at this point. They've taken over Abbey Road. That's kind of what Rubber Soul represents. George Martin, we found out last night in Lecture 9, coming into Rubber Soul, he quit his job at EMI. They got together with him because he was the rep, he was the producer that EMI assigned to them, and coming into Rubber Soul, he quit EMI and became an independent contractor and was just the Beatles guy. George Martin. Such an amazing contribution to what we know as the Beatles. So they had that going. So they're experimenting with different textures and different instruments and experimenting with out of the box lyrics too. But musically, the thing that just knocks me on my whatever, it's the harmonies. The harmonies are just, they've always been really good up to that point of doing, cool backing harmonies in the rock and roll tradition, and especially in the Motown tradition, which they are exceedingly affected by. But now they're like taking that same prowess of vocal arranging, very inventive vocal arranging, and applying it to some really, to that date at least, and in a lot of cases, ever since, very unique chord progressions that, are part of what they brought. And of course I always say it's the melodies that kind of are what drive everything. But, I guess you got a really unique melody, a really eclectic melody. It really needs an eclectic chord progression to go along with it. So it's hard to say, which one's driving the other, because every song kind of like has its own path of composition. But anyways, that's like the third thing about Rubber Soul and Revolver that just really blows me away every time. Is some of these songs, the vocal arranging is just incredible. So I wish I could do the vocals on this one, but we'll have to wait. This is the George song off of, there might be more than one, I should know this, but yeah, it's a George song off of Rubber Soul called Think for Yourself. I got a word or two to say about the things that you do. You're telling all the lies about the good things that we can have if we close our eyes and do what you wanna do and go where you're going to. Think for yourself, 'cause I won't be there with you. I left you far behind the ruins of your life that you left behind. And though you still can't see, I know your mind's made up. We're gonna cause more misery. Do what you wanna do and go where you're going to. Think for yourself, 'cause I won't be there with you. Although your mind's opaque, try thinking more if just for your own sake. The future still looks good, and there's still time to rectify the things that you should. Do what you wanna do and go where you're going to. Think for yourself, 'cause I won't be there for you. Do what you wanna do, go where you're going to. Think for yourself, 'cause I won't be there for you. Think for yourself, 'cause I won't be there for you. There's one chord in there I'm not quite sure of. So let me look at Rubber Soul. What is it? It is the 5th song on Rubber Soul. Gosh, and when those harmonies come in. Dun, 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 dun. How in the world do people react to that? Okay, I will go back and... Oh yeah, it's an E flat, it's not a B flat. Think for yourself, 'cause I think for yourself. 57. Do what you wanna do. Go where you're going to. Think for yourself, 'cause I won't be there for you. Yeah, and I remembered the ending that time. Think for yourself, 'cause I won't be there with you. All right. So, this is going to be fun, because now that I've got the major infrastructure, hey, that'd be a cool name. Somebody that teaches you how to organize yourself as your infrastructure. Okay, but enough of that. We're going to go over here, and I got this, now that I got the major infrastructure of the studio in place, I can start playing around with some fun little toys that put the icing on the cake. And I pulled out my Voice Live Touch 2 and dialed it in to make this song extra fun. Now, somebody buzzed me. I'm going to check, make sure that's not Jen saying, like, you forgot to turn on your mic. So. You know, for all the Lennon and McCartney songs, you know, that outnumbered George, how many to one, I'm not sure, but dang, imagine life without those George songs. Woo! It's pretty awesome. Not to imagine life without George songs, it's pretty awesome to give them their full due. Okay, let's check in. No, I'm not showing up. Am I actually live? Do I have to reboot? Okay, yes, I am live. Volume seems low, okay? Jen says. Okay, we'll turn volume up. Yes, I'm using a different. I'm actually giving you the feed off the board tonight instead of just this kind of shotgun mic. That's great, but it's just, you know, grabbing what's in the air. So how is that? Okay, well. Okay, so we're going to have some fun on this song. I might do it a couple times just because I'm having so much fun with it today. It seems like every day there's one of the 5 songs that just sticks out as the one, and this is the one. Going from Revolver, the first of the 2 Magic Middle Period albums, to Revolver, from Rubber Soul, the first of the 2 Magic Middle Period albums, to Revolver, the second of the 2 Magic Middle Period albums. And this is, which number? Going from number 5 on Rubber Soul to number 12 on Revolver. And not only is this also one that's super fun because of the harmonies, but I think it's a George lick. Any of the really innovative guitar stuff, especially early on, I gotta just default to thinking that that's George, because man, that guy, what he was innovating, he was copying a lot of stuff, I'm sure, but he had done that already when he was probably like, I don't know, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then he gets with the Beatles when he's 16 or 15, but he's in Hamburg with them at 17, And that's when they're just like busting their butts, like playing non-stop, the grind, but just getting better all the time. And George, at such a young age, not just being able to like hold down the legacy, but what he's like moving forward from there, all these stylings. And just some of his licks. This is such a cool lick. I have been digging this all day. I mean, how cool is that lick? It's in the key of A, which is I think E's kind of the home key, but A is kind of a home key too. So we'll just call them both E and A. They're home keys on the guitar. And I'm going to turn this effect down a little bit. I do want to use it, but we don't want to have it be too ta-da-da-da. Okay, that's good. Okay, so let's see what happens. I wanna tell you, my mind is filled with things to say. In your head, all these things, they tend to slip away. When I get near you, the games begin to drag me down. Next time around, and if I seem to be unkind, it's only me, it's not my mind that is confusing you. I want to tell you, I feel hung up and I don't know why. Forever, I got time. I want to tell you, I feel hung up and I don't know why. I don't mind, I can wait forever, I got time. I got time. I got time. I got time. So you could see why I wanted to go through the board tonight. So you can hear that guitar, that J45. John had one of these. We saw it in Hard Day's Night, except he had some knobs installed, probably customized. But yeah, this baby here, this model it was designed in the 30s, and they haven't changed it since. Yeah, it's the Gibson J45. File it under, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, because boom, so many people have like rocked these things out. I mean, and they're not like these huge, like custom designed, super expensive guitars. They're just like, well made and well designed. And yeah, Bruce Springsteen, anybody that's just that Americana rock special. But probably Johnny Cash. But yeah, John had one, and we saw it in Hard Day's Night. It was pretty cool. But yeah, I'm probably gonna do that one again. That was so much fun. And let me turn off this doubling effect. And this is one that this is pretty easy. I should have known better with a girl like you, that I would love everything you do. Hey, hey, hey. Should Have Known Better, which was also in that movie the other night, Hard Day's Night, which, can you believe, I'm over 50 years old before I even saw Hard Day's Night. But, you know, I kind of do that sometimes. I save really cool things till I spread them out, put it that way. Okay, so what number is that? Yeah, Should Know Better. That's the second one. Oh, interesting. So we started out with the third song from Hard Day's Night tonight and ended with the second song from Hard Day's Night. Oh, it has the E minor in that verse. Okay, just an E minor I was missing, and otherwise we got that. Okay, so let's check in, see if... Oh, better. It's pretty loud to me. It looks like it's hitting that meter pretty hard. How's the balance between the verse and the... See, if I play too much harder, it's going to distort. You know, I'm going to play all 5 of those again, just because I'm loving being able to hear the guitar and my voice and have fun with the vocals. And I'm going to use my iPad stand, so I don't have to be craning my neck to see it. Pretty soon we won't have to cheat with the iPad, but this is a work in progress. The Fly on the Wall Oracle Beatles rehearsal. Okay. Go back to there. Nope, not there. Okay. Oh, you know what I'm going to do first? I said tonight I was going to actually make a text document with all the links so I can just copy and paste them every night right away, but I didn't do that because I was excited working on this other fun technical stuff. So if you guys want to stick around and hear all 5 of those songs again, which if you don't got anything better to do, you're welcome to do. But then I want you to see these links. So first of all, we've got the link to the fundraiser. This whole thing is a fundraiser for our Nightingale hosted shelters, which is an amazing project in South Eugene that my friends spearheaded and contributed their labor of love hours for 10 years, basically. And so they're coming up on their 10-year anniversary, and they have successfully integrated with the neighborhood, you know, in a way that is not off-putting to anybody, and they've been giving the people a place to land, being on the streets, and they've transitioned folks into houses and jobs. So it's not just like giving them a place to land and stay there. It's like giving them a place to land and get their bearings. So here is the link to the ongoing GoFundMe. And what we're doing is we're just having that link so we can gather donations every night. But what we're going to do on Solstice, we're going to call it the Rubber Solstice. And I have to call it Rubber Solstice 2 because the original Rubber Solstice, about 10 years ago at Shea Ray's. God, no, not 20 years ago it was. Oh, my God. It's actually 20 years ago. But, yeah, so a standing room only show at the house band, me and Jeremy and the bass player who I'm going to get his name. I think it's John, but and then Bibbs on the drums. We just had folks rotate in from the music community and do their song or two that they want to do, and it was awesome. So we're going to, I don't know if we're going to have that many special guests. It's depend on how many how open things are at that point. But at the very least, I will be live streaming every single one of these songs in order from start to finish. It's just shy of 200 songs. Probably take me 20 hours, so I'll probably start early on the 19th and go into the 20th, or start early on the 20th and go into the 21st. We'll figure that out later. But I'm going to take pledges just in the same way that you pledge people's jogathons per lap. You're going to pledge the Beatles marathon per song. So, kick down a quarter a song. And that's a $50 donation if I can make it through all 200. We'll see. It's going to be fun. But yes, that's what we're working towards. So feel free to kick down. And if you kick down, you get to make requests. I'm drawing 5 songs at random every night after I do the 5 songs that day, and then those are the songs I listen to on repeat the next day, and they come back to me, and I have to figure some stuff out, or if I'm too busy, I'll figure it out in front of you like I'm doing with Blackbird tonight. And but that's the fundraiser. Now, the next thing I'm going to link you to is just kind of random, but this young lady has been feeding Jen and I, so we don't have to cook every night. We could just have some fun and spend our time watching that Beatles show. So this is JoJo's Catering. If you guys want the best chicken enchiladas I've ever had in my life, hands down, without even thinking, JoJo, also known as Joti is how I know her. She's awesome, and she's got more than just that to choose from, but it's, oh my gosh, start with the chicken enchiladas. The chicken marsala is pretty good too, and you can get everything vegetarian too. So where did my Facebook go? That George lick is just in my head. Sorry, I'm finding my own Facebook page here again. And okay, so we got the benefit linked, and I need to have a text document of all this, because now I lost JoJo's thing. I want to tell JoJo's Catering. There it is. Okay, copy. And put that in the links. Okay, and then what else was I going to put in the links tonight? Okay, I'm not going to because I've been talking all this time. And so I'm just going to start playing some more music, but I will have more fun stuff. Cool. So order something yummy to eat from JoJo's. And another thing is we're going to start being a little bit earlier with these 5 songs a day and more consistent with the time. But right now we're just, there's a lot of start-up costs in terms of time and figuring this stuff out. I put the studio back together from scratch, and now I'm finding some really fun goodies to make the stuff sound all the sweeter as I learn them all the more. And as of tonight, actually, let's do that now. Before I play tonight's songs again, reprised, it's time to choose 5 more songs. And at this point, I think this will make our 100th song tonight that we will attend to in our first pass through all the recorded Beatles songs. Where's the hat? Where's the sorting hat? Okay, so I want to tell you the 5 songs that I am about to draw. Number 1 is a Purple George Harrison song. Da-na-na-na. Number 2. What color is number 2 going to be? Looks like a green, which is John, and a green, could be that's a blue, which is a Polish song. And then we got a yellow. So that means if I can pull a pink, that'll be our first, what's the word? What's the trifecta for 5? Quintrecta. It'll be our first quintrecta where we have each color picked once and only once. I need a pink. Come on, baby. Come on, Papa needs a new pair of shoes. Where's that pink? Oh, it's actually green. That's okay. You know, we will have fun with the songs that we chose. The first one for tomorrow is The Inner Light. Okay, another one of those introspective, Eastern, philosophically oriented and influenced songs of George's, The Inner Light. He got more into the Maharishi than the others. They all went on the trip, but he kind of he really became a devotee. So second song is wow, we're not even going to start to go into that song right now because there's some interesting multiple interesting things about that song, I think. Some of which is largely known in pop culture, but some not. Okay, third song for tomorrow. Hey, what happened? Oh, I'm sitting here on my trackpad putting down the cards, and I accidentally jiggled something. Sorry about that. Okay, third song for tomorrow is P.S. I Love You from their first album, Please Please Me. Okay, so we are going to go back and hear some oldies tomorrow, or at least a oldie. Number 4 would be It's Been a Hard Day's Night. And I got to figure out that chord, that opening chord. The professor was saying that many people have tried to reproduce that opening. It's been hard, but none have succeeded. It is something else, that chord. Okay, then the fifth one, the kicker in the middle, what's it going to be? The Ballad of John and Yoko, which is super easy chord-wise, but you just got to remember the lyrics. I think it's got 4 or 5 verses. It's one of those story songs. Okay, so, yay, that's going to be fun tomorrow. The Inner Light, Helter Skelter, P.S. I Love You, Hard Day's Night, and The Ballad of John and Yoko. All right, so I will put those aside and create that playlist later. But you know what? Usually at this point we would do the French reading of the story. French reading and translation of the story behind a particular song. But you know what? Sometimes I maybe it's just me, but I think that could get a little tedious for people sometimes. But I am part of what I'm doing here is reaching out to my students and giving them another fun way to learn theory and stuff eventually, and a lot of them are Frenchies, so it's just going to be one of those random things we do, and it's kind of fun, and it's fun to c'est très amusant de parler français. It's very fun to speak French, especially quand on parlait avec un accent très parisien. Although I think I have a Quebecois accent because that's where I cut my teeth on French. And then also maybe Marseille kind of affected me a lot too because I have great friends in Marseille, Stéphane and Joël. If you were watching these, I know Stéphane was watching a bunch of these a while back. So, bonjour mes amis. Vous me manquez. I miss you. Okay, let's do these songs again because we're having so much fun tonight. I was sitting before. Now, I was standing before. Now we're sitting because we're getting more intimate. Okay. Oops. Don't want to shut down. We want. Okay. Jen wants that shirt. Yes, this is standing at the Tracy. Standing at the town of Southampton. Can you hear Tracy? Tracy says I can't hear. Well, she must be able to hear if she says standing at the dock of Southampton, because I'm not typing the songs for tomorrow. Yeah, give me comments on the sound, because we did a little different tonight. Got my speaker. Oh, Jen says she wants that shirt. So where did I bought this shirt in Boulder, Colorado in 1986 as I was needing to have some tie-dyes because I was getting into this scene. Oh my God. Coming from Billings, Montana, we didn't have tie-dyes. We didn't have Grateful Dead. We didn't have classic rock. I didn't know any of this Beatles stuff whatsoever. Like I said, my dad had Meet the Beatles. My uncle in his collection, when I was rifling through that later on, I saw that he had Abbey Road, and I was confused. I'm like, why are there two different bands called the Beatles? These guys and these guys? But, I never, it wasn't until my first Grateful Dead show, 1988, right after I moved here, that, was it 88? Yeah, I think it was 88, actually. They played here, and I think that was Robert Cray opened up for Jimmy Cliff, opened up for the Grateful Dead. And I remember it was either right before the Dead came on or maybe between their sets. It was just this sunny day and just dreamy as all get out. And they played, I think it was Rubber Soul, and I was just like, the magic of that middle period struck me for the first time, because these are songs I'd kind of heard before but never in context, and never quite getting that, oh yeah, they're still the old Beatles, but they're starting to be the new Beatles, and it's this wild mix of middle Beatles. And we have two great middle Beatles songs tonight that we are going to do again. Now that you're still a bit low, unless you're right up in the mic. Okay, that's it. Okay, there we go. But can you hear the chords? Yeah, because I don't have the mic I wear. Then if I move over here, you can't hear it as much. That's when I'm right in front of it. But the guitar should be good, hopefully. Let's see what the levels are like. I'll turn the guitar up a little bit. Okay. Let's go into the settings on this thing, because the guitar is actually going through this voice touch thing. And then hold on. Yeah, because that starts to crap out. Okay, let me know how the guitar sounds. I'm messing with it. Okay, Jen says guitar's fine. Okay, so let's do these songs again. For Tracy, and for Jen, and for Josephine, and anybody else that's listening. If I fell in love with you, would you promise to be true and help me understand? 'Cause I've been in love before, and I found that love was more than just holding hands. If I give my heart to you, I must be sure from the very start it's true that you would love me more than her. If I trust in you, oh please don't run and hide. If I love you too, oh please don't hurt my pride like her. 'Cause I wouldn't stand the pain, and I would be sad if I knew love was in vain. So I hope you see that I would love to love you, and that she would cry when she learns that we are two. 'Cause I couldn't stand the pain, and I would be sad if I knew love was in vain. So I hope you see that I would love to love you, and that she would cry when she learns we are two. If I fell in love with you. If I fell in love with you. Okay. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. We're going to get this guitar part down. I think that guitar's snapping too much, just to say. Okay, I think that's better. Sounds good, Sky, says Cha. Thanks, y'all. This is fun. Blackbird sing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life you were only waiting for this moment to arrive. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to sing all your life. You were only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of the dark black night. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of the dark black night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly all your life. You were only waiting for this moment to arrive. You were only waiting for this moment to arise. You were only waiting for this moment to arise. Getting closer. Ah, I love that song. Blackbird fly into the light. Okay, now the fun one. With Scotty's Toys. Sorry. We apologize for the extraneous noise, but that's how it goes. Do, do, te, fa, sol, te, fa, do, te, fa, do, la, fa, do. That's it. Do, 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 te, fa, sol, te, fa, do, la, fa, do. I want to tell you, I'm filled with things to say. When you're here, all these things, they seem to slip away. When I get near you, the games begin to drag me down. I don't mind. I'll make you maybe next time around. And if you seem to be unkind, it's only me, it's not my mind that is confusing things. I want to tell you, I feel hung up and I don't know why. I don't mind, I can wait forever, I got time. And if I knew that I will you well, then I would speak my mind and tell you all the things I have to say. I want to tell you, I feel hung up and I don't know why. I don't mind, I can wait forever. I got time. I got time. I got time. I got time. I love this thing. I want to die. No. Adventures in OBS. That's weird. Why doesn't it let me go back? Why doesn't it let me go back? Eh. Good grief. Trying to go back to Facebook. Okay. Looks like I lost my Facebook. And I'm having so much fun talking with you about, so let's call it up again. What? Leave? Leave? No, I don't want to leave. I want to tell you. So yeah, the way we got it is this guitar feeds into the what you're hearing, but it also feeds into this little vocal machine here, so it kind of harmonizes depending on what chord I play. Chord I play. Actually, we gotta figure that out so it gets a major third in that. Da 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 da. Pretty close though. Considering it's pretty rudimentary AI technology, it sounds pretty fun. Like finding Facebook so I can chat with all you my good friends. Here we are. Now I've got that window up again. Ba-dum-ba-ba-ba. Okay, so here's the last one. I should have known better with a girl like you. I would love everything that you do, and I do. Hey, 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 and I do. Whoa, whoa, I never realized what a kiss could be. Yes, this could only happen to me. Can't you see? Can't you see that when I tell you that I love you, you're gonna say you love me too? Oh, and when I ask you to be mine, you're gonna say you love me too. So I should've realized a lot of things before. If this is love, you gotta give me more. Hey, 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 give me more. Do 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 do. Whoa, whoa, I never realized what a kiss could be. Yes, this could only happen to me. Can't you see? Can't you see that when I tell you that I love you, you're gonna say you love me too? Oh, and when I ask you to be mine, You're gonna say you love me too. You love me too. You love me too. You love me too. Still figuring that thing out. Okay, are we having fun? Is it time for this AI? I meant artificial intelligence. This is just, very, very rudimentary AI, which you can tell it what key you're in, and it kind of reads what your guitar, hears what your guitar's playing, and kind of like makes the harmonies automatic with whatever chord you're playing, if you've got it dialed in right. And that's why it's kind of cool that I can go. I've got a no, wait, I'm going to figure that one out. Let's see how that would go. I've got a I've got a word or two to say, see, it doesn't work. To say about the things that you do. Let's see what happens if I try to change the key that's in the harmony function, since we're just experimenting here. Harmony says that's in the key of A. Let's see if we can go to the key of G. See if that makes it any better. I've got a word or two. And there's actually slight different scales you can choose. Let's try this one. I've got a word or two that means about to say about the things that you do. Yeah, it doesn't really work so much for that song. I might be able to program better. I've got a word or two. I've got a word or two to say about the things that you do. Let's try a major there. To say about the things that you do. That's pretty close. To say about. That doesn't work as well. Let's try one more. To say about the things that you do. Compare that to number one. The thing about to say up. I think maybe 3 is the best one. Let's try. To say about the things that you do. To say about the things that you do. Well, let's go for one. I think it's just some pitch definition there. And we can actually turn that harmony down a little bit. So let's make it not so in your face for this song. Dun, 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 dun. To say about the things that you do. I got a word or two to say about the things that you do. You're telling all the lies about the good things that we can have if we close our eyes. Do what you wanna do and go where you're going to. Think for yourself, 'cause I won't be there with you. I left you far behind the ruins of the life that you had in mind. you still can't see. I know your mind's made up, you're gonna cause more misery. Do what you wanna do, go where you're going to. Think for yourself, 'cause I won't be there with you. Although your mind's opaque, try living on it just for your own sake. The future still looks good, and there's still time to rectify the good things that you should. Do what you're going to do, and go where you're going to. Think for yourself, 'cause I won't be there with you. Do what you want to, and go where you're going to. Think for yourself, 'cause I won't be there for you. Think for yourself, 'cause I won't be there for you. You love me too, Tracy says. Oh, this harmonizer's so much fun. I've had this for a while, I just haven't had time to really play with it that much. Okay, gosh. It's 11:30. I think that means it's time for the story behind the song. Or, in other words, les secrets de toutes les chansons. Ha 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 ha. All right, what's the song? What's the song going to be tonight? The story, I mean. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. And it's going to be Let It Be. Okay, so I know this song. I know the basic backstory of the song. This was Paul saw the writing on the wall and kind of saw that they were coming to a close as the Beatles, and this is a song about honoring your feelings, feeling your feelings, letting go of attachment. It's kind of a George Harrison-ish sentiment that Paul put in this song, perhaps. Non-attachment and the like. So what does the French book say about Let It Be? It says... Oh, this is a long one. Okay. But we'll place this. See how fast I can read my French. Sorti en 80... no, not 80. 40. Sorti en 45 tours en mars 1970, la chanson Let It Be, ainsi soit-il, semble avoir été délibérément réalisée pour être le chant de signe des Beatles. En fait, elle avait été enregistrée de janvier 1969 et personne ne savait alors que ce serait le dernier 45 tours des Beatles. Paul avait composé Let It Be alors qu'il ressentait une profonde affliction devant le lente désagrégation du groupe. John préférait maintenant passer son temps avec Yoko, dont la présence dans les studios n'était pas de goût de tout le monde. George avait déjà quitté une fois le groupe et était totalement découragé par la façon dont ces chansons étaient systématiquement rejetées. Et Ringo avait pris quelques jours de vacances durant l'enregistrement de l'album blanc quand l'atmosphère était devenue insupportable. Il était clair, il était clair que Paul tentait de prendre le contrôle du groupe parce qu'il pensait n'y arriverait à rien sans un minimum d'organisation et de discipline. Je crois que nous avons tous été très négatifs depuis le décès de M. Epstein. Longtemps on dit dans le film. Nous n'avons pas été positifs. C'est pour cette raison que chacun de notre tour, nous en avons assez de ce groupe. Il n'est rien de positif en cela. C'est un peu nul. Et le seul moyen que nous avons de régler ce problème, c'est de se dire tous les quatre, est-ce que l'on doit être positif ou est-ce que l'on doit tout laisser tomber? Le rôle de Paul était peut-être nécessaire, mais il ne l'a pas vraiment rendu populaire. Son conseil et réprimandé fut très mal accepté par les autres, qu'on éprouvait un vivre sentiment. Let It Be fut composé en réponse à toute cette pression. J'ai composé au moment où tous ces problèmes ont commencé à me déprimer, raconte-t-il. Je vivais vraiment des heures sombres et écrire cette chanson a été un moyen d'exorciser mes fantômes. Let It Be prend la forme d'un hymne moderne et ses connotations religieuses sont accentuées par l'évocation de Mother Mary et qui semble désigner la Vierge Marie, mais est en réalité une référence à la mère de Paul. Je passais beaucoup de temps tendu sur mon lit à ne pas pouvoir dormir et à me demander ce que se passait d'une façon un peu paranoïaque, révéla-t-il plus tard. Une nuit, j'ai rêvé de ma mère. Elle est morte quand j'avais 14 ans, ce qui fait que je n'avais pas ressenti sa présence depuis très longtemps. Et ça me fait beaucoup de bien. Cela me donnait des forces. Dans mon heure la plus sombre, Mère Marie est venue à moi. Man, that's cool. What that says, more or less, is released on 45 in March 1970. The song Let It Be seems to have been deliberately composed as a swan song for the Beatles. In fact, it had been recorded in January of 1969, and no one knew that it would be the last 45 of the Beatles. Paul had written Let It Be because he had, from like a feeling of profound affliction in light of the slow disintegration of the group. John preferred to spend most of his time with Yoko, whose presence in the studio wasn't to everyone's taste. George actually had already quit the group once and had totally découragé and was totally discouraged in the way that his songs had been systematically rejected. And Ringo had taken several days of vacation during the recording of the White Album when the atmosphere had become untenable. It was clear that Paul had taken control, had tried and taken control of the group because he felt that there hadn't been even the slightest organization or discipline. I thought that we had all been really negative since Mr. Epstein died. He said he was heard saying on film, we had not been very positive. It's for this reason that with each of our tour, we had enough of the group. With each turn, we'd had enough of the group. There wasn't anything positive in it. This is a little null, little, I don't know, fatalistic. And the sole reason that we had, the only way that we had fixed this problem or dealt with this problem is to say, all say in the line, is this what we should do positive, or is this what we should do to fall? I don't quite understand what that part's saying. Paul's rule was probably necessary, but it wasn't. It wasn't really the most. It wasn't popularly received. His orders, advice, and reprimands were were badly accepted by the others, and intense, and it proved. I don't know. It was probably intense for them. And Let It Be was written in response to this pressure. I composed it at the moment that the problems had began to like bring me down. You recalled. I was living really in the dark hours, and wrote this song to be a way of exercising my phantoms. Let It Be takes the form of a modern hymn, and the religious connotations accentuated by the invoking Mother Mary, which seemed to signify the Virgin Mary, but in reality was a reference to Paul's mom. I spent a lot of time listening to my book and not being able to sleep. I've spent a lot of time stretched out on my bed. Not libre, li is bed. I spent much of my time stretched out on my bed and not being able to sleep, and asked myself if it was just me being paranoid. He revealed later. One night I dreamt of my mom. She died when I was 14 years old. Excuse me. And I hadn't really felt her presence in a long time, and that was a good, and this was a good thing. That gave me strength. In the darkest hour, Mother Mary came to me. Wow. And that's the story of Let It Be. Okay. So, I think that's enough for tonight. It's been a nice session. And, yeah, we're just going to keep dialing stuff in here, making it fun. Aw, you're welcome, Tracy. Yeah, the studio is turning into a wonderland. And, yeah, it's been a long time coming. It feels good in here. It's a lot of more space to walk around and experiment with camera angles and just have everything set up so I can press one button and play music and share music with all of you. So thanks for hanging out, and kick down if you feel so inspired to the GoFundMe for Nightingale hosted shelters. And stay tuned. We are officially at 100 songs, only 100 more to go, and then we're going to do a second pass in which we're going to really start looking into these songs in some detail. I'm going to actually be offering a masterclass here, a music theory masterclass, which could be like lessons on drums or guitar or bass or keyboards, and there's going to be 3 of them. There's going to be like a section for like folks that don't know anything or need to review everything under the sun from square one, and then there will be like the section 2 that will be like folks that could play well enough to like hang with other folks and do the same thing, and so that'll be more like a more intermediate discussion of these songs. And then there's going to be a master class where like we're going to really look into like some of the finer points of these, especially these harmonizations and the songwriting, because Yeah, the songwriting, it's it's kind of hard to put a finger on what makes it so amazing, but at the end of the day, it's really about those melodies. Yeah, and a lot more coming into it. Their experiences, their their poetics, and their freedom to experiment with whatever they wanted to do. All of that like is the impetus for what makes some of these songs so amazing. But at the end of the day, it's really the melodies. So like the master class will have a lot of solfege because dun 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 do re mi fa do re mi do re mi fa do re mi. It's like if you know what the do re mi's are, if you ain't got the do re mi, like Woody Guthrie says, if you do have the do re mi, then it makes it so much easier to have a systematic approach to what chord might work with which note. But that's all kind of putting the cart before the horse. I mean, really, they weren't thinking of that stuff. They were just like singing and coming up with cool melodies and then finding the cool chords that go with them. So, right, yeah, we don't want to like kind of reverse engineer so much to think that that was what was writing the songs. No, what was writing the songs were these personalities that just, if there's one thing that great chorus really accentuates, it's just the, I don't want to say sheer coincidence, but just the cosmic forces, whatever you want to call it, that just kind of found these folks in the right place with each other at the right time and had the right folks pushing them, and just so many things lined up that just really, I mean, you got to work it, It's like it's not like they were slacking and just waiting for it to happen. They were working it really hard, and then they found Brian Epstein to really work it hard on their behalf, and yeah, I mean, it's like they weren't, even before anybody knew who they were, they had already just busted their butts so hard in Hamburg and just playing nonstop. They were like frazzled, but don't obsess on art. Just do it, 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 and you will not help but get better at what you are doing. You make lots of mistakes. Make every mistake you possibly can. That's the definition of an expert, according to the famous quote by Niels Bohr, a famous 20th century physicist. An expert is a person who has made every possible mistake in that field. And yeah, Hamburg, they were like, sometimes one of them was curled up on the corner, playing or just sleeping on the corner of the stage. And yeah, that sounds like fun. Anyways, yeah, lots of stuff about the Beatles you can learn from that show. And that's about it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed that. That was like the double round of the 5 songs of the night. And once again, tomorrow we are going to have tune in next time whenever it happens for the Inner Light, Helter Skelter, P.S. I Love You, A Hard Day's Night, and the Ballad of John and Yoko. Standing on the dock of Southampton. Okay, thank you, Tracy, for giving me a nudge in the lyrical direction of that song, because that's going to be one of the hardest ones. Well, not hardest, it's just because it'll come back, but it's just you got to remember which verse is the number 1, which number's 2, 3, 4, 5, blah, blah, blah. All right, thanks everybody for tuning in. Woohoo! See you tomorrow for February!